In the race for the White House, the valor of both vice presidential candidates is under fire. Tim Walz is accused of embellishing his military role and lying about his actions in war zones, while J.D. Vance faces allegations of exaggerating the danger he faced during his service. Is this a battle for the truth or a smear campaign gone wild? Dive into the storm with us as we unravel the tangled tales of military service that could tip the scales of an election. Tim Walz's military record, once a cornerstone of his political identity, is now a battleground of controversy. Leading the charge, Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance is accusing Walz of fabricating his military experiences to help his political career. Republicans are pulling no punches. They're debunking Walz's claim to have faced the enemy directly, despite never stepping foot on a combat battlefield. They're labeling Walz's embellishments as stolen valor garbage. But it's not just conservative politicians stepping forward to call out Walz's campaign fodder. A former leader of Walz's battalion has came out, slamming his claims with scathing words. Walz's former brother-in-arms said that he's used the rank that he never achieved in order to advance his political career. He uses the rank of others to make it look like he's a better person than he is. These accusations have sparked outrage across the veteran community, and we can't blame them. Imagine the audacity if it's true, to stand before voters and veterans alike, weaving tales of war zone heroics when the closest encounter had been stateside training exercises. This bombshell accusation has not only cast a long shadow over Walz's campaign, but has infuriated those who wear their scars like badges of honor. So, is Tim Walz actually playing hero at the expense of real heroes? Or is it all a made-up political attack? Let's dive into the facts. Now, let's strip away the political spin and delve into the cold, hard facts of Tim Walz's military record. For over 2 decades, Walz served in the Army National Guard, enlisting just 2 days after his 17th birthday, and dedicating 24 years to various non-combat roles across the United States. Walz's journey in the military saw him transition from an infantryman in Nebraska to a field artillery cannoneer in Texas, and eventually to instructing roles in Arkansas. His service was characterized by steady promotions, culminating in his achieving the rank of Command Sergeant Major before he retired in 2005. However, his retirement timing has raised eyebrows, to say the least. Just months before his unit was mobilized for deployment to Iraq, Walz retired, leaving his unit to fight without him. It definitely seems a little convenient to us. In the political arena, Walz's military background has been both a shield and a target. Accusations that he portrayed himself as a combat veteran have sparked fierce debates. Specifically, his comments about carrying weapons of war have been scrutinized, with Walz clarifying these remarks were supposedly meant to be metaphoric. So is Tim Walz playing the hero, or have his contributions been unfairly tainted by political rivalry? At the end of the day, it's probably a little of both. Tim Walz has served his country, but he also hasn't seen combat and retired at a very convenient time. Switching gears to the other side of the ticket, J.D. Vance's military record is not without its controversies. As the media spotlight intensifies, Democrats have launched their own salvo, questioning the authenticity and implications of his service in the Marines. Vance, who enlisted in the Marine Corps after high school, served as a public affairs officer and deployed to Iraq. Critics, however, have seized on his role, suggesting that his non-combat duties as a military journalist somehow diminish the value of his service. But does reporting from a war zone make one's contribution any less significant? The crux of the Democratic critique hinges on the portrayal of Vance's experience. They argue that his descriptions of facing danger are overstated, attempting to paint a picture of a seasoned combat veteran rather than a correspondent. Yet those who've worn the uniform know that every role in a conflict zone carries risk and requires immense courage Democratic political pundits will never understand. Moreover, allegations have swirled around statements made by Vance during his campaign, where he speaks of the harrowing experiences and close calls during his deployment. These accounts are now being dissected by opponents eager to find discrepancies that could sway public opinion. Is this scrutiny a legitimate concern for electoral transparency, or a calculated attack to counter the claims against Walz's service? As we assess the merits of these claims against J.D. Vance, we must ask ourselves, are we evaluating the substance of his service, or are we witnessing a character assassination dressed up as political critique? How do we distinguish genuine accountability from political opportunism? Let's dive into the facts to learn the truth. J.D. Vance, a name synonymous with resilience and determination, enlisted in the Marine Corps after high school, stepping into a world far removed from his challenging upbringing in Middletown, Ohio. Vance's role in the military was that of a public affairs specialist, a position requiring both courage and composure. Deployed to Iraq, his duties were crucial, not in direct combat, but in documenting the realities of war. Amidst the chaos, Vance's responsibilities brought him close to the front line, capturing the stories of his fellow Marines and ensuring that the truth of their sacrifices reached the world. Despite accusations from the left suggesting embellishment, Vance has consistently clarified his role, emphasizing transparency and honesty in his accounts. In a recent fiery exchange, Vance responded robustly to allegations, stating, "When I got the call to go to Iraq, I went. Unlike others who claim false heroics, I've never overstated my service. Every moment spent in that uniform was about duty, not glory." Since returning from Iraq, Vance has not only penned a best-selling memoir, but has also been a vocal advocate for veterans and working-class Americans. His transition from Marine to advocate and now political figure reflects a journey marked by service and commitment to the country. As we close our exploration into the military records of J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, it's evident that the battleground of service extends beyond the front lines to the very heart of our political discourse. In this era, where service to our nation is often as scrutinized as policy positions, the question remains, what kind of leadership do we, as veterans and patriots, truly need? For many of us who have served, the integrity of a soldier's word is sacred. J.D. Vance stepped into harm's way in Iraq, capturing the valor of his fellow Marines. His record, though challenged, stands as a testament to a different kind of battlefield courage, bearing witness to the truth and bringing it home for all to see. Conversely, Tim Walz's military narrative, marked by controversy over the exact nature of his service, reminds us of the complexities of military life translated into political capital. The fierce debate over his statements and service record underscores a critical vetting process by the veteran community and the electorate at large. What do you think of the current military service controversy of both candidates? Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more military insights and commentary.